I mean, Sulman hasn't spoken to him in, nearly 5 months, around 5 months, since July. I was able to get 5 minutes in before they cut it off about 4 months ago because I dared bring up the topic of whether we'd be able to get him out of prison, like some basic conversation on strategy, and it just got cut off before Sulman could even join the call. So we don't speak to him at all. But one of the first things you asked earlier, kind of what we'd speak to him about, one of the first things, if it's not the first question, it's the second question, was always, how is your grandmother, whose house it is here, who he loved, tweeted that he loved her like a mother. We haven't spoken to him since she died only a couple of months ago, and I would love to speak to him about that. He called her his mother after his own mother had passed, and their relationship was so close. So I'd love to speak to him about that. This is actually where he would sit. We would always be here every time, and it would be our grandmother on that side, our father on this side, and then me and Sulman would just listen as they would just make each other laugh more than I would ever see him laugh. And because she was quite ridiculous. And yeah, so the memories of that are quite sad now, because obviously the positions of both of them, but it feels a bit like an empty vessel, this house. Yeah. But it's good to be back.
What else would you say to him? I mean, if you could send him a message now through this, what would you say to him?
I mean, at this point, it's hard not to speak, just to get desperate. I want to know how we can get him out, how we can help, because the main point is we feel so helpless at this point. But we're not allowed to speak about that, obviously. So we would, avoid the elephant in the room. And I mean, there's so much to catch up on. What we've been doing in the past 6 months, how is life with us? And he refuses always to talk about his conditions. He's like, oh, don't worry about me. How's everything? He wants to just kind of absorb as much about what we're doing as possible. So he has something to think about when he's in there. Doesn't want to dwell on, his situation.
Was he critical of how you guys played cricket?
He was actually quite polite.
Yeah, he really wasn't. No, he wasn't at all, actually. No, he said, you either have the kind of passion to be professional and then he would push us, or if we didn't want to be, then play it for fun and